Welcome back to TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. The Jaguars are on the road to redemption. Last season wasn't good enough.
I think last year kind of humbled a lot of us.
In the film room, we're taking a look at some new faces. Plus, it's time to celebrate 25 years.
Throws and it's picked off Aaron Beasley.
We introduce the top 25 Jaguars of all time. All that and more ahead on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend.
This is TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform. And Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
We're a team on paper. We're not a team yet, as far as being able to ready to play. We're not ready to go out there and start a season right now. Let's make sure that we understand that.
Doug Marrone will tell you what's on his mind. There's work to be done before we can look at the 2019 Jaguars. Hello and welcome to TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. I'm Ashlyn Sullivan. Lately, there's a different feel around Duvall. Optimism. A new offensive coordinator and a Super Bowl MVP under center has brought hope to this city. However, the to-do list is long and expectations are high despite a 5-11 season. The Jaguars are working to get back where they know they should be.
It all started in early March when the Jaguars made a change at quarterback, bringing in Philly's finest, Nick Foles.
This signing today signals change and a new start for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Nick is the right person, the right quarterback for our team and our community.
The thing that I'm most excited about, honestly, is just getting to know my teammates, being in the locker room, getting to know their personalities. That's why I play this game, is to step in the huddle and play with the guys I love, my brothers.
The Jaguars won the 2019 draft, adding an addition to Jacksonville many thought wouldn't be available.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Josh Allen.
I'm excited to be here. Now I want to do my best to keep them excited for me. So, I'm going to do my part, fit inside the scheme as they want me to do, and become the player that they think I could be.
Injuries are healed. Excitement is building, but the work has just begun.
Another day in the books. All right, let's get ready to go. Let's make sure we take care of bodies and keep building this thing up as we go. Here we go, break it down.
The offseason was full of change, but who says change is a bad thing?
It was an off-season full of change, which means we were pretty busy. Probably busier than these two guys would have liked to been, Brian Sexton and John Ogier. You guys ready? It's here.
We have no choice, but yes, we're ready.
So the storyline of camp, we haven't discussed it yet, but it's something that we get asked every single day. Where is Yannick Ngakoue? He's still not here. Contract disputes. We don't know when it's going to be resolved, guys.
Well, I expect it to be resolved 30 days before the regular season opener, because that's when he has to be here to still get a year toward free agency. And people are tired of hearing me talk about that. But to me, that's the whole tipping point. It's the reason that the Jaguars, I think, will be able to hold firm in their offer. And it's the reason they have the leverage in this situation. So I expect him to be here by that date. When he shows up, I expect him to play well and be motivated, because he'll still have to be, because he still needs to get that season, needs to have a good year in case he is free. I think he will play fine. I don't know how he'll feel personally about it.
He wants to be the highest paid pass rusher in the game. The Jaguars can't afford, not that they couldn't write the check, but from a salary cap perspective, from a long-term strategic perspective, they can't afford to make him the highest paid pass rusher in the game. So the question I have is does he come in and play at $2 million and bet on himself, or does he take their offer? I would think he's going to bet on himself. That's just the chip that he always has on his shoulder.
Right. No matter how much he gets paid, he's always going to have that chip, it seems to be. So another big point of training camp is the madness that is around this new quarterback. This city is buzzing about the new quarterback, and we've seen pretty good things from him so far.
He's been consistent. He seems to have done what you thought he would do in training camp, which is to elevate people around him. To me, that's what you need from him more than anything. I don't think he's going to be a rock star in terms of the rest of the league. I don't think he's going to be a top 5 guy. But this is a receiving core that I think is better than it has showed in the past. He can get them to that. I don't think there's any way in the world you would look at practice so far, Brian, and say that the offense didn't look better, particularly in the passing game.
It does, and like you, I'm always cautious about what I see on the practice field under controlled situations. What I would say is we've talked about this being an edgy locker room, an edgy team the last couple of years because the defense was its primary personality, and they're an edgy bunch. Foles has had a calming influence on this roster. I mean, when you hear Jalen Ramsey talk about he's cool, we respect him and what he's done, that Super Bowl MVP brings a calmness with it, and I think that'll have a very positive outcome for the Jags this year.
Yeah, there's a mutual respect around the locker room, that's for sure for him. All right, there's still much more football to come. Stay tuned.
Still to come on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. Relationships are important in the NFL. It's hard to find a better one than Nick Foles and John DeFilippo. Coming up, the new OC brings us back to the big game in the film room. Also, we introduce you to the 20th best Jaguar of all time.
Foles moves to the right. It goes directly to Clement. Clement reverses it, and the pass goes into the end zone.
To Nick
and
Foles.
It's a touchdown by Nick Foles.
The play we all remember. The Philly special is one of the most exciting and surprising plays in Super Bowl history. New offensive coordinator John DeFilippo is trying to bring that excitement to Duvall. Welcome back to TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. There's no doubt this locker room respects their new quarterback. Jalen Ramsey and Leonard Fournette both have said the QB's presence makes them practice harder. We know Nick Foles can win on the biggest stage, but we want to know more. We sat down with a man who knows him better than most, Jaguars offensive coordinator John DeFilippo. Breaking down film with Jaguars' new offensive coordinator, John DeFilippo. You are no longer the new guy in the building.
No.
The new guy, Nick Foles. That connection, you being the Eagles quarterback coach during the Super Bowl run with Nick, that connection, how big of a deal is that?
I think it's big. I do. I think whenever you have the quarterback that understands what the coordinator's thinking and they're on the same page and have been on the same page, at another stop and had success, I think that's huge, and I think Nick's going to do a great job of not only being a bridge for the players, but also the coaches in terms of what we're trying to accomplish.
All right, let's go into this film. We have conference championship against the Vikings.
It's a fun game in a lot of ways. So, Nick is such a veteran-savvy guy, okay, because and you need a lot of experience when you get down here in the red zone, okay? So a guy that knows how to throw accurately, throw on time, okay, in the spots. When we talk to our quarterbacks all the time about red zone football, we always talk about the back of the end zone's the least defended part of the field, and we want the ball face mask or higher, okay? So what we try to do is we try to give the quarterback as much information pre-snap as we can. What we're doing here is we're sending Alshon Jeffrey, okay, in motion, and Nick recognizes right now, being the veteran that he is, that no one goes with Alshon, so we know it's zone coverage. So the Vikings wanted to play what we call a single safety middle zone coverage, where we know we wanted to attack the right center field and left center part of the field, and Nick knew that going into the game. So to the naked eye, this doesn't look like a big deal, but when I show it to you from the tight copy, it's just a savvy veteran move. Watch Nick's eyes, how we call steer the defender out of center field. He just steers and holds 41 right here with his eyes, just to give him enough room right now where he has a decision to make, whether he's going to bang that thing right now on Zach Ertz or throw that face mask or higher like we always talk about to Alshon Jeffrey in the back of the end zone. So average fan, they're not going to notice what we call steering the defender or holding the defender, where you do that with your eyes and your shoulders while still keeping your lower body, okay, being able to throw that ball to right center field. And it's just a crafty, veteran savvy move that he has.
So let's go. Household name, Philly Special.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah, Philly Special. These guys did a great job executing the play. And part of playing quarterback and being a savvy veteran is being a little bit of an actor. Be an actor with your voice. Be an actor with your cadence. A guy like Nick that understands kind of what we call, the tricks of the trade, okay, as you can see, he's being an actor here, like he's walking up like he's checking the play.
Yep.
That's our signal right there when we were trying to, what we call kill a play, is change a play at the line of scrimmage, comes to a stop, and again, just a savvy veteran, just standing up straight and just acting like, he has no idea what's going on, allows him now to slip out past the linebacker and out into the flat. And again, the guys did a great job of executing it. And when you have confidence in your veteran players and your confidence in your guys, and you know they're good on the big stage. And hey, let them roll, let them go. And like I said, this was you got to say this is probably one of the best plays in Super Bowl history.
No wonder everyone is excited for this season. Nick Foles brought a Lombardi trophy to Philly, and wouldn't it be nice to see one of those here in Jacksonville? This year's the Jaguars' 25th season. We're celebrating by counting down the 25 best Jaguars of all time. Let's start with a man who has a similar confidence level to 2.0. Number 20, Aaron Beasley.
The Jaguars All 25, presented by Sharpie.
Number 20, Aaron Beasley.
You know how you know Beasley was good? Just ask him.
Confidence is key in the NFL. Aaron Beasley had to fight his way to the league.
A guy who was probably the best high school football player in his town growing up, and was one of the hardest working guys at West Virginia, and earned a chance to be seen by NFL clubs, and earned a chance to play in the pros. And he made the most of it.
The cornerback played in Jacksonville from 1996 to 2001. Beasley collected 15 interceptions, the second most in team history.
Looking right, he's looking for Carl Pickens. Pickens leaps over Aaron Beasley, and Beasley comes up with the pick.
You know, you talk about cornerbacks who had a knack for the big play. Beasley had a knack for the big play. He made a lot of big plays. He was a guy that always had the moment. There were moments for Aaron Beasley, big moments.
I woke up at 6:30 this morning. I had a dream. Dan Marino threw me two.
Marino back to throw, looking to his right, now turns left and throws, and it's picked off Aaron Beasley.
And I had a dream Wednesday that he threw me two. Most of the time, my dreams come true.
During the 1999 season, Beasley amassed 6 interceptions, 2 of them for touchdowns.
Turns, fires, and it is picked off. Aaron Beasley's got it.
The Jaguars had the top defense that year, and Beasley is the overlooked member of that unit.
In '99, he was a star. I think it put pressure on him to be the cornerback he was in '99 when he had a pick 6 against the 49ers in the opener. He made big plays.
Dumps it and is picked off. There goes Beasley. He's at the 20 on the run, 30. He's at the 40. Beasley can get a block at the 50. He's at the 40 down the sideline, 30. He's all the way. 15 high step 5. Touchdown. Aaron Beasley.
Probably his best year, and again, gets overlooked by the other guys playing at a high level. He was part and a key starter on 4 of the best, 7 teams this franchise has had.
During his career, Beasley overachieved and enjoyed every moment.
A good player who so believed that he was a great player that he played at a higher level than he probably should have.
Aaron Beasley is one of my favorite Jaguar players I've ever covered. He was fun to be around. He loved the game. He always had a smile on his face, and he always thought he was great.
I said 2, and I got 2. Now, I ain't gonna say I can see the future of anything, but I'm close.
Aaron Beasley is the 20th best Jaguar of all time.
There's more to come on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. Up next, we take you home building with the rookies and step into the kitchen for cooking with the Jags.
Just a pep in the step. And I think that comes from being in really quality shape. Guys are ready, focused, locked in. You know, I think it's not even just physical shape, but I feel like guys are very locked in and knowing what to do, too.
From the veterans to the rookies, everyone is working to build this team from the ground up during training camp. Welcome back to TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. Calais Campbell is in his 12th NFL season. The 2019 rookies can learn a few things from the big man. Calais knows the importance of community involvement. The rookies are following in his footsteps. This Baptist Health feature brings us to Habitat for Humanity in Jacksonville.
To change the world, you might as well start in your neighborhood. The Jaguars want fans to better the First Coast by joining the NFL's Huddle for 100, an effort to inspire people to volunteer 100 million minutes of service during the NFL's 100th season. The Jaguars' official huddle is one team, one home. In partnership with Habitat for Humanity, the Jaguars and TIAA Bank pledged to build or repair 100 homes in the next 5 years. To qualify for a home, the recipients will volunteer 300 hours of their time to Habitat for Humanity.
That day that I actually do go home and can turn that key and to just walk into the door, I know I'm going to be filled with emotions because I was able to actually work on my own home.
Members of the Jaguars rookie class took the first one team, one home shift of the year, building a frame for a new house at the Jags warehouse. The rookies want to set an example for Jaguars fans.
To put forth work and effort to give back and also see the people that are going to be blessed by this. So it's definitely, gave me a good feeling, and I'm definitely looking forward to coming back and doing more in the community.
To get involved, visit jaguars.com/huddle and sign up for any of the 500 volunteer shifts.
The rookies are learning quickly the impact they can make. Let's make our way into the kitchen with Chef Tony and defensive end Duvall. They're making chicken wings on this episode of Cooking with the Jags.
Welcome to Cooking with the Jaguars, fueled by Tico People's Gas. I have Jaguars player Duvall Smoot here with me today. I'm Chef Tony from the Publix Aprons Cooking School, and we are focusing on tailgate food. I want to hear from you, right? What's one of your number one tailgate food items?
One of my number one tailgate food items are definitely wings, and one of my favorite sauces is definitely sweet Thai chili. I'm looking for a little bit of sweet and a little bit of spicy. So.
All right, would you like the sweet better or the spicy better?
I would definitely say the sweet a little bit more because I also like honey barbecue too. So I mean that's like my second flavor.
Right.
So I'm riding a little bit more on the sweet side. So.
All right. So if we were to think of some heat, what kind of spices would you use to maybe put some heat in some things?
I would say a little bit of cayenne pepper, like we're using today. A little bit of hot sauce. Definitely use red hot sauce a lot when it comes to my chicken wings. So, I mean, like a little bit of heat, but not too much.
This was inspired by a couple of dishes that we've made in class. One of them's called a Dora Wat.
Dora Wat. What exactly is a Dora Wat?
I'm glad you asked that question. What it is, it's a African-based chicken stew, and it starts with a bear paste, and we're going to show how that really sticks to that wing and how we make that happen. All right?
All right. Excited. Let's go.
You'll grab that bear paste and put it in there.
Okay.
Just put all of it in there for me.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, and then stir it around a little bit. You're going to start smelling the spices coming up too.
Yeah, it's definitely smelling.
Now, what's key to this, right, and natural gas, is this even heating that's going on in this pan, which provides an even toasting of all those spices. All right, we open that the tomato sauce and put some of that in there for me too. Just a big heavy squeeze. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got some hard-boiled eggs as well.
Throw them in there too?
Yeah, put everything in.
Everything in.
Everything in.
All right.
Now look, we are almost there. There's some chicken stock next to you. If you'll open that up, we're gonna pour 1/4 of a cup in that. So mix them around a little bit and then put the lid on it. So we'll let these cook for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and take them out, chill them, then we'll go back into our fryer and then we'll finish that sauce off and toss them.
There's more to come on TIAA Bank Jaguars Weekend. The keys to fulfilling expectations are next.
Jaguars Weekend is presented in part by TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform. And Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
You gotta look at the dude you're going against. And if he's leaning forward a little bit, you can tell he's trying to jump you because it's all pass sets. It's all pass. So you know if you're leaning forward, you know if you're leaning back. If you're leaning forward, you just back up a little bit.
Marcel Darius mic'd up during training camp, teaching Taven Bryan a thing or two. We're back with Brian Sexton and John Ogier. This defense, without Telvin Smith especially, seems to be holding their own.
I think the defense will be fine. Will they miss a few things about Telvin Smith, some playmaking ability here and there? maybe, but Quincy Williams, who's his replacement, I think will replace him fine. Even if he doesn't, this is a defense with top-level players on every level. Miles Jack, Jalen Ramsey, Yannick Ngakoue, even if he's not here, Josh Allen, the list goes on. You can lose one guy from that bunch and still be okay, and they will be.
The guy I'm excited to see is Josh Allen. Watching him, again, in limited fashion the first week, the things he does with his body, bending and torquing and then getting power to the quarterback. We haven't seen that kind of player around here since Tony Brackens. He was 7th overall for a reason. I don't worry so much about Yannick Ngakoue because I think that's their guy going forward. To see him with Jalen performing at a high level already in camp, they know what they need to get done. They're going to hold themselves to the standard.
And that's it for our first episode of Jaguars Weekend for the season. Stay tuned in 2 weeks. We'll see you then.